Imagine the moment you slice into a perfectly cooked pork tenderloin. A faint crackle of golden crust gives way to a blush pink center that glistens with juices, releasing a wave of rosemary, garlic, and smoky sweetness that fills the entire kitchen. That first tender bite is pure silk, bursting with flavor yet impossibly moist, and you can't believe it came from an air fryer. Pork tenderloin has always been the elegant, quick-cooking cousin of pork chops and roasts. In the United States, it gained popularity in the mid-20th century as butchers began trimming the leanest cut from the loin for home cooks who wanted a lean protein that cooked faster than a whole roast. Europeans and Asians have long prized it for its delicate texture, often grilling or pan-searing it to keep the natural moisture locked in. Today, the air fryer has become the secret weapon for achieving restaurant-level results without the fuss of constant flipping or the risk of drying it out. The most common mistake people make is overcooking it. Pork tenderloin is naturally lean, so every minute past 145 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature turns it from succulent to stringy. Another pitfall is skipping the sear or using too high a temperature right away, which creates a tough exterior before the center even warms up. My method avoids both by starting with a quick high-heat sear in the air fryer to lock in juices through the Maillard reaction, then lowering the temperature for a gentle finish that cooks the meat evenly while letting the collagen gently break down for maximum tenderness. Let's start with a 1-pound pork tenderloin trimmed of any silver skin so the meat stays tender and the seasoning can penetrate. Pat it completely dry with paper towels. Moisture is the enemy of a crisp crust. In a small bowl, whisk together 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 4 minced garlic cloves, 2 teaspoons of fresh chopped rosemary, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a generous pinch of kosher salt, and freshly ground black pepper. The mustard acts as a natural emulsifier, helping the oil cling to the meat while adding a subtle tang that brightens the pork's mild sweetness. Rub this mixture all over the tenderloin, massaging it in so every inch is coated. Let it rest at room temperature for 20 minutes. This allows the salt to draw moisture to the surface, which then evaporates during cooking to create a better crust, and gives the flavors time to infuse. Preheat your air fryer to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 minutes. Place the tenderloin in the basket without crowding and air fry at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes to kickstart the Maillard reaction, that magical browning where amino acids and sugars create hundreds of complex flavors and that irresistible aroma. After 5 minutes, flip the pork, reduce the temperature to 360 degrees Fahrenheit, and cook for another 12 to 15 minutes, flipping once more halfway through. The lower temperature is key. It gently brings the center to 145 degrees Fahrenheit without overcooking the outer layers, preserving the natural juices that would otherwise evaporate. Use an instant read thermometer to check the thickest part. When it hits 145 degrees Fahrenheit, remove it immediately. The pork will continue to rise a few degrees as it rests, reaching the perfect 150 degrees for juicy, safe results. While the pork rests on a cutting board, tense it with foil for 10 minutes, the juices redistribute evenly throughout the meat. A simple but essential step that turns good pork into extraordinary pork. During that rest, the aroma deepens as the rosemary and garlic mellow into something almost sweet and smoky. Slice the tenderloin into half-inch medallions on a slight bias so each piece shows off that beautiful pink center. Arrange them on a platter, drizzle with any pan juices that collected in the air fryer basket, and garnish with a few fresh rosemary sprigs. The first bite is pure heaven. The exterior has a crisp, seasoned crust that snaps gently, giving way to the most buttery, juicy interior imaginable, with waves of garlic and herb flavor dancing across your tongue. This air fryer pork tenderloin proves that healthy, lean protein can be incredibly delicious and effortless. With just a handful of pantry ingredients and the right technique, you get a show-stopping main dish that feels fancy but takes almost no effort. What's your favorite way to season pork tenderloin? Sweet and sticky, spicy, or classic herbs? Share in the comments so we can all get inspired.